No landlord wants a problem tenant. It's a nightmare to have someone occupy your property who stopped paying rent or is damaging your property or causing all sorts of issues for you as a landlord and owner. What you want is a good tenant. You want to have a great relationship. And the key to that is screening. So today I'm going to share with you 4 secrets on how to identify a bad tenant. Tips that I use that are fast and proven and often overlooked. So definitely grab that coffee because today's video is something you definitely want to watch. If you're watching this video, definitely subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification so you can get more videos like this, more real estate tips and insights about Toronto and the GTA. I'm your local realtor and I'm here to help. And with that, let's get started. My first tip is verify the landlord's name on the rental application. In other words, get access to the land registry, check whether the name that's provided as the landlord by the tenant is actually matches with the name that's in the land registry as the registered owner of the property. Because if they don't match, that's a red flag in itself. And for me, who's been screening tenants for 16 years for myself and for my clients as a real estate agent, one red flag is enough to reject an application, frankly. My second tip to you is Google the employer information. Before you make a phone call to the supervisor's name that's provided on the rental application and the phone number that's provided, take the initiative of Googling the name of the company that the tenant works for and using the number that you find online instead of the number that they provide. I know it sounds a little jaded, but there are many cases I've gone through where people can lie about who their employer is and again appoint a friend or a colleague to act as a supervisor and pretend and give a glowing recommendation where the prospective tenant may not even have a job. So you want to avoid all that. So what I recommend is simply use the number that's online, Google the employer information, call the operator, ask if the tenant, the prospective tenant, it works there, if you could speak to them, if you could be connected to them, because that in itself will confirm that the employee works for the organization. And then also, maybe in a subsequent phone call, ask the operator to connect you to the supervisor, because you can therein confirm that the supervisor works there, and then have a conversation with that supervisor or the HR department, whatever's provided to you, to verify that the tenant is indeed working for the company, that the salary that's been provided in their letter of employment, which should be an important document that you ask for from any prospective tenant, that the salary matches to what you've been told they earn, and confirm how long they've worked there, what position they have, and whether they're working full-time or part-time, all the information that you need so that you can be confident that the tenant is indeed who he or she is representing themselves to be. My third master tip for screening against bad tenants is to do a street view, a Google Street View of their place of work. Whatever address they provided as their place of work, investigate it. I've unfortunately come across many cases where the address that's been provided is not what the tenant has said it to be. It has not been a place of work. It's been a residential neighborhood, and it's clear that the tenant's misrepresenting themselves. So to avoid that, definitely do a street view. If they work locally, you may even want to drive out there, take that extra mile. But whatever's within your means, I think a Google Street View of their place of work is perfect, and that'll give you that added confidence to make sure that everything is as the tenants are presenting themselves. So you want to make sure everything's aligned. Again, if there's anything that looks suspicious, that's enough cause to reject the application. My fourth secret to help you screen for the best of tenants is check their photo ID when you meet them to give them the keys. I know you've signed the lease agreement. I know all the paperwork is done, but listen, it's not over until you've given the keys to the tenant, in the sense that you can still back out. If they're misrepresenting themselves, if there's potential fraud going on, this is your chance. You've signed paperwork. You've signed paperwork with names of tenants that have provided credit reports that match those names. Now you've just got to make sure that indeed you're giving the keys to the person whose documentation that you've been looking at. And the best way to do that is to ask for photo ID in person. Look at that photo ID, make sure it matches with all the paperwork, that the face matches with the person that you're looking and giving the keys to. And that just gives you that added assurance that you've done the right due diligence and that you're moving forward with the right tenants. Well, that's it. That summarizes 4 secret tips on helping you ensure you get the best of tenants and don't mistakenly pick those problem tenants. I hope that helps. Definitely take these extra mile measures and add them in your toolbox for screening tenants. If you have any further questions, want to see different types of videos, definitely leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification. And I look forward to connecting with you. Remember, I'm a realtor here in Toronto in the GTA. I work in all the various cities, and we are here to help.